All right, y'all, welcome back to another edition of Boujee on a Budget, the series where we take a little and turn it into a lot, all right? So we're doing baked ziti today on a budget. So you can get this done for less than $20. Already we've gone through some pepper steak and we also did a whole Sunday dinner. So in the comments, drop below some of your other favorite budget meals. If we thinking probably $20, $15, or $30 at most to feed a family of 4. But make sure it's good though. No spaghetti. We know spaghetti, but let me see what you come up with. Drop it up in the comments below. But look, to make this recipe with me, the ingredients will be in the description box below. And then also while you're down there, tap that notification bell so that way you can be notified first when all the new recipes is dropping. And subscribe to the channel, you know what I mean? Become part of the fam, all right? So we locked in. Without further ado, let's get into it though.
I do my thing in the kitchen. My name is Cord, I'm for the culture, and I'm here with a vision. We here to talk, chop it up. They say the odds are stacked against us. We ain't seen that bet. And the things we do in kitchens, y'all ain't seen that yet. Yes, Lord, let me talk. Listen, man, we here for a good time, not a long time. Matter of fact, we here for a great time. You now turned in the Kitchen Culture Podcast.
So we're gonna grab a couple things. So look, $2.29, but peep game real quick. So we get 3, get it for $5. So we gotta be strategic. All right, now for the ziti we finna be making, I will use mascarpone cheese, but again, we got $40 to sell these packets, so we gotta make sure it's stretch. So instead, let's get some whipped cream cheese. Call it that. It's like $2.60. Oh yeah, tomato sauce is like $1.07. So look, now the budget that we got is not including the seasonings because I'm assuming that you probably got seasonings already at the house. But if not, get the store brand. It probably cost you about like $1.50 a piece. Always look on sale, $1.89. So this a little bit of a bigger size tomato paste. Otherwise, they got some for like $1. All right, so with cooking, as long as you got your basics, you know, your onion powders, your garlic powders, and things like that, you can go a long way. So to get things started, first things first, we're gonna get us a yellow onion. Go ahead and, of course, you've seen me many a times do this. If you're new to the channel, it's real simple to cut up an onion. All right, so we're just gonna do half of one, and you can do the same thing with the other half. So boom, slice that thing down the middle like so, right? Make sure you take off the sticker and that outside peel, because nobody wants that. This is our root right here. All right, we want to keep that intact while we're doing this. So what we're gonna do is just make some slits up to the root all the way across. Keeping that root intact will help ensure that, you know, you don't start tearing up and whatnot. Now, by all means, maybe you just got your paycheck and everything. You want to spring for the pre-diced onions, go ahead, go for it. But you can save yourself like, I don't know, an extra $3 by just taking the time to dice it up yourself. So we're making cuts perpendicular to the ones that we did initially, and then we just dice. All right, simple, real simple and plain. And then you're just gonna do the same thing with your other half of the onion, and then we're good to go. Okay, so real quick, we just wanna go ahead and prep our cream cheese topping. So we got 8 ounces of some whipped cream cheese, all right? Go ahead and dump this into a bowl. And because we are trying to be time efficient as well as cost efficient, we get the bag shredded cheese. Normally you can find you a good deal, you know what I'm saying? You look for your coupons, things of that nature. I shop at Kroger since it's close by my crib and everything. I got like a shredded cheddar cheese blend. We're gonna put just a little bit of that in there. A little bit is not a real unit of measurement, but you know what I mean? Just use your discernment. And we got a piece of cheese blend, which you got mozzarella, your Gruyere, and things like that. So you can go ahead and add that in as well, because this is gonna be going over the top of our ziti once we get through cooking that. And we're gonna crack us an egg in. Yeah. And we're gonna lightly season this, because mind you, we're gonna season up the sauce and everything too. So boom, just a little pinch of some Tony's, a little garlic powder, and some onion powder, And then get you some smoked paprika. What I would say with your egg is you can either just go ahead and break it down in this bowl here, or you can do it beforehand and then just beat the egg until the whites and the yolk are combined. All right, so now we're just gonna go ahead and keep folding everything in together until it's one nice mixture. Then we're just gonna set this aside. That's all we're gonna do. My new cookbook, The New Southern Table, that just dropped during the holidays in 2024. So look, we got over 110 plus recipes in this book, and we got you covered from every season, reason, occasion, all that. Whether it's graduation, whether you just starting out in the kitchen, okay, and you don't even know how to make a pot of rice. I actually got a rice recipe in there. But boom, garlic parmesan mussels, real quick, roasted garlic bread, you know, we cover everything. Frito pie. If you're from the South or if you're from the West Coast, you know what time it is with a Frito pie. But anyway, let's get back to the recipe. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and preheat our skillet real quick, and we're just gonna hit this with a little bit of olive oil. Whether you use olive oil, avocado oil, don't really too much matter, but we're gonna go ahead and let that heat up. So now we're gonna go ahead and add your diced onions on in, and we're gonna saute these down for about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, we're just trying to soften them up a little bit. But what I like to do, instead of seasoning up the sauce, go ahead and season your vegetables. That way the flavor is like all the way through. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna come through with some Tony's, smoked paprika, garlic powder, or garlic paste if you got it, onion powder. Now just for a slight kick, this is optional if you want it. Yeah, just a little pinch of some crushed red pepper, just a little bit. And then boom, what we do, we come through with a little bit of Italian seasoning. Okay, first and foremost, let me tell you, your kitchen ought to be smelling real good right about now, okay? Real good. So we're gonna go ahead, get everything mixed around. Now we're gonna come through with a pound of some 80-20 ground beef. Whether it's 80-20, 93-7, or whatever the case, get your ground beef. The 80-20 just has a little bit more flavor because of the extra fat. This is an inexpensive meal. I ain't say it was gonna be the healthiest, you know what I'm saying? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and break that ground meat on down. Notice, I ain't washed the meat. With ground meat, it's really unnecessary to do that. I mean, unless that's what your culture do, cool, but like, quite literally, you really don't got to. And plus, it's just kind of weird to do it that way, but that's just my opinion. So we're gonna let this ground meat cook down until it's nice and brown. So usually about like 6 to 8 minutes or so. All right, so you see most of our meat is nice and brown at this point. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in a good heaping amount of some tomato paste. How much you add is probably about 6 ounces. And real quick, we're just gonna go ahead and cook that into our ground meat. Since we got that tomato paste cooked in, look, we got a jar of some tomato sauce, about 29 ounces, 28 ounces. We're gonna add the whole thing in because we don't want no dry pasta. Because if you end up having leftovers, just naturally as it sit in the fridge, you know what I mean, and you reheat it in your microwave and things like that, it's gonna lose a little bit of that juiciness. So we'll go ahead and add that whole thing in, get everything stirred around. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cover this on up with a lid, reduce that temp down as low as we can get it, okay? We're gonna let that simmer for about a good 10, 15 minutes. So boiling pasta is real simple, right? But let's review, shall we? So of course you got the instructions on the back of the box, but look, what we're gonna do, get your water to a rolling boil, like it need to be hollering at you, all right? And then we're gonna salt this thing down like the ocean. Now, within reason. So, boom, once we got that salt in there, we got a pound of some Ziti noodles. We're gonna go add all of this in. And look, I know this one, this one gonna shake the table a little bit. But I know y'all grandmas and aunties, if they anything like mine, they told you gotta add some oil to your pot to make sure the noodles don't stick. You can do what you want. Don't do that though, at least here. Reason being is because doing that is gonna prevent the sauce from sticking to your noodles. You know what I mean? So all you gotta do is just stir it around for about a good 20, 30 seconds. That's all we doing. So once we get that stirred on up, we're gonna let this do its thing for about 7 to 9 minutes. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and drain our pasta noodles. So empty your noodles into a colander or a strainer. I know a lot of people say don't hit it with cold water, but I do that just to stop the cooking process. Because what you don't want is no mushy, soggy noodles. So just do that. That stops the cooking. And don't worry, you're not gonna wash all the salt off that you put into the water. I mean, it's literally cooked into the noodles. So, all right, now we're gonna go ahead and add this to our sauce. Boom. So we'll go ahead and add our noodles on in. Real quick, we're just gonna go ahead and mix this all around till every noodle is nice and coated. That mixture that we had earlier, we're just gonna take a couple of dollops and add a little couple scoops. Add that into the mix. We're gonna add the rest of that cheddar cheese blend in here. And we're just gonna fold this all in. So now we got our beautiful mixture. Go ahead and add everything on in to a deep pan, 9x13. Go ahead and take that topping. And what we're gonna do is just spread this out over the top. It's gonna be a thin layer. All right, now, you can stop right here, but I like mine just a little bit more cheese, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more over the top. Just a little bit. A little more of that mozzie. All right, so the oven is preheated to 350. We're gonna go ahead and cook this for about 10 to 15 minutes until we get it to the desired color of brownness that you want. All right, y'all, so check it out. Hello. All right, so now that we're done, we're gonna go ahead and set this on top of the oven just to let it rest for about a good 10 minutes. Jesus. We got Olive Garden at the house. We got Carrabba's at the house. Hold on. Oh yeah. Paper plates, because after that ain't nobody trying to wash no more dishes. We got another one. Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord, let me talk. You tuned into the Chef Cord in the Kitchen. We here for a good time, not a long time. Matter of fact, we here for a great time. Yes, Lord, let me talk.